I'm Andrea Specht, Vice President of Advancement here at Normandale Community College. My role here is to work with foundation board members and staff and 3 departments within the college to forge ever deeper relationships with the community that we serve. When we do this, we have more scholarship funds to give to students, more resources available to support growth within the college and our various departments, more students who want to enroll at Normandale, and we reach our full potential as Minnesota's largest and most respected community college. Today, we're here to celebrate the students who have received scholarships this year and the donors who have made those scholarships possible. In thanking our donors, I speak not only as a representative of the foundation, but as a donor myself. We all have a wide range of reasons for giving, but I think I speak for all of us when I say that I am incredibly moved and inspired by our scholarship recipients. Many of our students face challenges I never had to think about when I was in college as they navigate their academic path and try to build a sound foundation for the future. In particular, the extent to which many of our students struggle to meet basic needs for food and stable housing before and especially during this public health crisis has been a complete revelation to me. And still, our students persevere. They keep their eyes on the future with a determination and a focus that we would all do well to emulate. Given the economic challenges that many of our students face, it's really easy to think about the donor scholarship recipient relationship as one-sided. In other words, we tend to think of how our students depend on our donors and not how our students and our donors depend on one another. I recently ran across the phrase spiritual reciprocity applied to the donor-receiver relationship, and I invite everyone who's listening today to consider this concept with me for a few minutes. Students, when you invest your time and talent in learning, you are guided by a hope for the future, your passion for what is possible. And donors, when you and I invest our financial resources to make higher education accessible for everyone, we are also guided by our hope for the future and our passion for what is possible. Today's students will be tomorrow's creators, inventors, and caregivers, the people we donors will depend on to sustain our lives, our community, and our world. This truth, like many, has come into sharp focus during the pandemic. No matter our life circumstances, all of us will reach a point of dependence on others. This is just one example of the expression of that spiritual reciprocity that defines the connection between donors and our scholarship recipients. Before we hear from our next speaker, I'd like to share a few thoughts about new directions for the Normandale Foundation. Tonight's event is all about scholarships, and we are proud of the Normandale Foundation's long and successful track record of working with donors to transform thousands of lives through scholarships, emergency grants, and other forms of direct aid to students. Today, with the active leadership of our foundation board and staff and support from our colleagues within the college, we are setting out on a path to even greater impact. Over the next 3 years, key goals for the Normandale Foundation include ending student hunger and creating a mentorship program that matches our current students with alumni and other working professionals. We are also evolving our work in scholarships to align as closely as possible with the college's strategic goals, which include eliminating race-based gaps in key educational outcomes by 2025. Over the past several months, the foundation has begun partnering with the college to develop long-term funding sources for a new Black Men in Teaching program. This program is still in development, but it will offer academic, career, and personal support for Black, African American, and African men who are seeking to start their higher education journeys with a goal of becoming licensed K-12 teachers. Thanks to generous foundation donors, we have already raised nearly $60,000 for full tuition scholarships for students in this program. We are deeply grateful for the pioneering vision of the donors who are helping Normandale launch the Black Men in Teaching program. Together, we are positioning Normandale as a key contributor to the systems change that we need in order to build a K-12 teaching corps that reflects the vibrant diversity of Minnesota's students. Wrapping all of this together, the future is very bright for Normandale Community College, the Normandale Foundation, and the students we serve. Students, congratulations, and donors, thank you.
Hi, I'm Alan Abramson. I'm the current board chair for the Normandale Community College Foundation. I've been part of the Normandale Foundation board for 6 years, and have been involved in various activities related to both the governance of the board and participation in board-sponsored activities here at the college. The Normandale Foundation exists as a link between the college and the community. And so philanthropy is the way in which the community can get engaged in furthering both the programmatic activity and connecting with the mission of the school as a whole in a variety of different projects and activities. While we started out with scholarship programs as the core of the foundation's activities, we found student hunger is currently a major issue, and we've responded to that. Mentoring programs to assist students through the experience of completing what they begin, and also partnerships with the business community. So while individual donors can find many ways to contribute, there's also a great opportunity that we're seeing between business organizations and the partnership that they can provide in connection with finding workers for the future, but also for their own workers who want to return and gain additional skills in this rapidly evolving marketplace. I want to thank all of you who have given to the Normandale Foundation in the past. There are some that have quite a legacy of connection with this organization over time. And if you are new to the foundation and the activities here at the school, I think you'll find so many different ways in which we can bridge the gap currently that students have, not just in scholarships, as important as they are, but in other areas of need as well. In many ways, higher education is at a crossroads, and Normandale Community College is right there advancing into the future and meeting the needs that students have on their educational journey in pursuit of their future. I just want to thank you for attending today, for being part of this activity, and for your commitment and your engagement with Normandale Community College.
Greetings. I'm Jodee McCallum, and I'm honored to serve as the Vice President of Human Resources and Equity for Normandale Community College. It is my pleasure to welcome you all here today. For those of you familiar with Clifton Strengths, I am a relator, which means that I believe in building relationships based on genuine and deep understanding of one another, and that includes telling our stories. I'd like to tell you mine today. Like many of you, I am a donor for the Normandale Foundation. I have regular monthly contributions that go straight from my bank account to theirs. I believe in our students, and I want to provide every opportunity available to them. But I didn't come from a background where monthly contributions to a nonprofit were common. A child of the 70s, of marriages, divorces, remarriages, siblings in the house, siblings out of the house, latchkey parenting, and working as soon as you were old enough, and yet still not being able to make ends meet. That was my background. I am a first-generation college student, meaning that I'm the first in my family to earn a bachelor's degree. When I had the opportunity to go to college, we didn't know what a FAFSA was or why we had to fill it out. My parents didn't want to fill it out, actually. But they did after months of coaxing and educating ourselves. We didn't know what credit loads were or how to test out of subjects. We didn't understand the preparation required for standardized tests or how they would affect admissions or scholarships. I went to Winona State and I did okay. I had a work-study job and I worked at least 2 other part-time jobs throughout my 4 years there. Eventually, I would put myself through law school with 2 young kids of my own at home and a full-time job. And I'm happy to report that it's all worked out and it's been worth it. I'm proud to have made the amazing strides I've made for my family and myself and earned degrees that can't be taken away from me. And I couldn't have done that without the help of scholarships and grants. Whether they paid for my books for a single semester or a single credit, it all helped. And 26% of Normandale's current students have similar stories as first-generation students. 2/3 of our students come from underrepresented groups, including low-income, first-generation, and students of color or combinations thereof. I couldn't be prouder to be a tiny part of their journey and to help them along the way. I look forward to getting to know each of you and hearing your stories. But for now, on behalf of Normandale Community College, I thank you for being here today and for your generosity.
My name is Halima Momi.
My name is Max Goet.
My name is Han Ding.
My name is Ala Bulos.
My name is Darcy Pliego Flores.
My name is Siobhan King.
My name is Elizabeth Goff.
My name is Camille Kochevar, and I'm a student at Normandale Community College.
I love it here. It's very welcoming. I'm a middle-aged woman, so at first it was kind of awkward, but then the community is so diverse that it doesn't really matter. And there were a lot of other people my age in classes, and it's just a really warm, comforting atmosphere here and lots of possibilities.
And I was able to make a lot of connections with the faculty members and the professors. I always felt at home and safe to ask questions. And that's what kept me wanting to go on. I love the support system that I felt that I was a part of.
I am disabled and I'm 49 years old, and all I've ever done in my life is restaurant management and high activity jobs, corporate training, whatnot. So I've never really been trained in a desk job. And I was in a boating accident when I was 23. So college just didn't happen for me because I walked with a cane for 8.5 years. I was in and out of physical therapy and surgeries. So college is coming later in my life, which is a very good thing. But being on Social Security disability, it's been stressful. So I needed a new career, something that's more desk oriented, in more of the world at large, outside of being highly physically active. So I learned of Normandale Community College and decided to continue my education to get a degree in something that I can help the world with. So that is why I came to Normandale.
Like 10,000 years ago, my mom took some classes at Normandale, and I knew post high school that it just wasn't realistic financially to go to a big 4-year university. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I figured I would start here. I've loved Normandale. I've had such a great experience here, and I honestly, if I could go back, I would do everything the same.
I was just going through the Normandale website, and I was looking for scholarships to help me pay for school, and then I seen the opportunity to apply, so I was just like, okay, I might take a shot at it. It's worth a try, And what compelled me to do it, I work part-time to pay for school, and I'm a full-time student, so I'm always looking for scholarships to help me pay for school so I don't have to work as much and I can focus more on my studies.
I read The Roar, as I usually do every Monday, and I read about scholarships. And so at that moment I thought to myself, hey, I can maybe apply for a scholarship, which is something, of course, that I need, despite, having some challenges here and there. And so I even thought to myself, I have nothing to lose if I just, apply, and we'll see.
I actually had to move an hour away because Social Security disability does not give you a living income. So I had to move an hour away just to get affordable housing. So everything's been super tight while I've been in this school. So scholarships have been an amazing help for me financially. So then that way I don't end up with a huge amount of bills.
Being granted with this scholarship allowed me to scale back the number of hours that I spend at multiple jobs so I can better focus on my study. And since all of my income is directed toward my living costs and my utilities and mortgage, this scholarship would give me a peace of mind that I need to know that I would not miss any crucial tuitions or housing payments.
Especially like in journalism and in production, which is what I want to go into, there's a lot of additional costs that come with like cameras, like microphones, like everything else. And so every penny that you can save that you can put towards gear that can last for a longer period of time is, well worth it. So the money that I got from the Normandale Foundation Achievement Scholarship really helped towards furthering my career and helping me get educational goals attained.
It impacted me by giving me opportunities I never thought I would have. I was truly able to put my education first, other than work and anything else that comes with trying to support my education. So being able to be supported financially really took off the burden of feeling like I had to go full-time work and full-time school. I was able to make a decision to stick with school and put it first. And I was able to do so because of the support I was receiving financially.
It's a boost in motivation because it was like, hey, you're qualified. And financially as well, because, I'm paying everything out of pocket, and, I have children, so I have 4 children, so there are a lot of expenses with them. And so for my education kind of steps back in the family because there's 4 children growing up. My oldest one is entering college right now. So yeah, that was a huge boost in motivation and just and I took classes that I wouldn't have taken otherwise without a scholarship, because I would think that, I need to cut corners everywhere. So yeah, it's a definite boost.
I've seen it more as a strength. So meaning a strength that motivates me to work even harder, to move on forward with my academics, and to, of course, continue to work hard, not only in the academic aspect, but also in other areas in my life.
I am now being able to attend University of Minnesota, which is a lifelong dream of mine. And with your support and your generosity, I made it happen. And I'm so thankful that you support people like me. And I want to thank you and let you know it was such a moment.
You change lives every day, including my own, and I'll try not to tear up, but yeah, I think it's extremely important for people to continue to donate and continue to support our future generations and our future students to become the best them that they can be to help others.
One of the most important things is giving students who don't have the same resources as others the same benefits as them, being able to attend school to pursue their interests to better our society. And eventually, the donors in the workforce currently are going to retire the baby boomers, and we're going to be the next generation who's going to have to step up. And by donating, you are giving us the resources to take care of the next generation.
Thank you to all the donors who've been extremely generous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't say thank you enough. Appreciate it very much.
Hello, my name is Jane Fenton, and I am the Associate Executive Director of the Normandale Foundation. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this virtual event during one of the most challenging times we've ever faced in most of our lifetimes. To the students, your grit, determination, and perseverance were tested like no other. We hope that your scholarship was a sliver of hope and encouragement, and we want you to know that there are many, many people you've never met who care a great deal about all your successes and all your struggles. Congratulations on all you've accomplished so far. If you're coming back next fall, we encourage you to please go to the Paying for College tab on the Normandale website and apply for another scholarship by June 1st. To our donors, I want to thank you again for your continued and faithful generosity in support of our students. Your investment in them is an investment in our collective future. You've heard several expressions of gratitude, and I can't say it any better. I consider it a personal privilege of my position that I am able to work with philanthropists on a daily basis. The definition of philanthropy is selfless love for others, and a philanthropist donates time, money, skill, and talent to create a better world. Anyone can be a philanthropist, regardless of your net worth or status. Many of you donate all of those things, and we are all better for it. I want you to know that I see you, I see your sacrifice, and your love for other people. Your dedication pays off each year as we graduate another class of Normandale students and send them off on the next stage of their journey. It is deeply inspiring to me and my staff as we go about our daily work, and I want you to know it keeps us afloat morally and spiritually here. This has been a year that has stretched our capacity, but you have answered the call with above average generosity. Your gifts have had great impact with scholarships and other student emergency supports all year. Together, we created a more robust grocery store type food shelf that serves not just students, but their families as well. We gave away over 800 free laptops to students in need. Emergency grants, which we've always had, have been increased in both amounts and the number awarded. Working together, we did it. We have another graduating class who will go out into the community and the world and do good. Congratulations to our donors and our students. You make us proud.